Good morning and welcome to the 5.5 Legs Virtual Cigar Lounge here at Cigar. I am joined with my two co-hosts, Mort, Bones, and I'm Maverick, welcoming you to the show. A little chilly out in Ocean Springs, huh?
Just a wee bit chilly.
And I know the three of us don't particularly care for it, so
It was 35
and I'm
degrees
sure a
in
lot of you other folks don't like it either. But we're here and
It'll be warming up soon.
it's supposed to go up to 55 today.
Long john shirt.
Yeah, and then thermal.
No, it's
You
not
got
that cold.
shorts on. I got a
No,
long
I'm
pair
wearing
of pants.
I'm wearing pants today.
I'm a short guy, you know that.
Oh, I am too, but man,
It's
fellas,
rough to do it.
The fellas get cold.
Yeah, it's rough to do. So
I was going to do it this morning, but I was like, I looked. It said 36. No, that's
yeah, that's not good.
that's too cold.
Yeah, it's too cold, but it's going up to 55, and then it's going to go down again.
Yeah, but like next week it's going to be in the 70s.
Breaking fucking news! I read this morning.
We just have to fight it.
Time for the Nats to come back out.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Hal Steinbrenner of the Yankees said it is time to make changes.
Is he the owner? He's George's son.
Yep.
Okay, George's
And
son.
George is going to be rolling in his fucking grave, as I, because I'm a firm, staunch believer. It's a Yankee tradition. You can have a mustache, but no beards. None of that. He broke down and said,
Whatever hair you want to have on your face.
nope. Well, kind of, sort of. He said you can have a mustache and a beard, but it's got to be neatly trimmed. And it can't be just like a, bushy
Grizzly Adams.
Like the
Adam
guy
type
from
beard.
the Phillies. The right fielder from the Phillies.
It's got to be
Yeah.
neat and trimmed. And you want to have a beard, go ahead, have a beard, but it's got to be well maintained and taken care of.
Well, that's all right.
Can I agree with that? Yes and no. Now that opens up for more people to want to come to the Yankees, because a lot of people don't want to play for them because they don't want to shave the hair, they don't want to cut the hair,
They don't want to have
shave the
that.
beard, they don't want to. Well, some did it. Johnny Damon did it. Some will do it, but he's breaking it down, and he just said,
How did he come out and say that specifically?
I copied it.
So
he was very.
He just came out and said, we're going to leave a little lax on the hair and the beard.
Yep.
But what about these guys that are going to push it and they're not going to keep it neat, and then their hair is going to get longer,
Then they get fined.
and then I guess they get fined because it's sad.
You want
But
to
you know they're going to rock the boat.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
just know they're going to rock the boat.
That's the nature of today's society.
Yes, yes.
push
the envelope.
the limits, man.
As far as you can. Look, it's a privately owned organization.
Yeah.
Even though the public supports it with tax revenue and stuff like that, it's still owned by a person or a conglomerate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they can dictate the rules.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And if you don't want to play by the rules, well, then
You don't play.
you can either forfeit your pay or you can go somewhere else.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree 100%. I mean, the Yankees have done it for years and years and years. No hair. I mean, no facial hair except for Raleigh Fingers pushed it.
Yeah.
He got the mustache thing going.
But they had the haircuts and everything like that, which was, I think that was a nice thing to do.
Now, he didn't say anything about haircuts. He did say neat trimmed beards, but he didn't say about letting them grow the hair, which I think one will come along with the other.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with a little professionalism.
Oh, absolutely not.
There
Well,
really
it shows discipline.
It does. And it shows that you're a team player.
It shows respect.
Yeah, absolutely. Not
Yeah.
only like the old days for college football when everybody showed up off the team bus with a
Suit,
three-piece
tie.
suit, a tie, and it was the same color suit, the same
Yes.
color tie.
Yes.
They were
Very
uniform.
conformed.
Yes, I mean
Alabama was big on that.
it absolutely,
I give
and
them
it didn't. It wasn't a fact that they were bootlickers or anything. It was that they respected the coach's opinion
Yes.
and they just did what the coach wanted them to do.
Mike A.
We
That's-
don't do that anymore.
I agree with you, Mort. I agree with you. And it was nice to see.
It's sad when professional athletes dictate to the team what they want
Yeah.
instead of the other way around.
Right.
I mean, team. It's four
Yep.
letters. It's not me.
There's no I.
Yeah. There's no me in team.
Yeah, the I's actually hidden in there somewhere.
But
So what do we got?
So, well, we didn't get a chance. We
got
missed
beat
the
by the
we
Canucks.
missed the
Yes, they did.
In overtime.
our last show, but we missed. We didn't get a chance to talk about the Super Bowl. I know it's 2 weeks past, but my Philadelphia Eagles dominated
Oh yeah, they did.
the Kansas City Chiefs,
Oh, yeah,
which
they
was, a lot of people wanted to three-peat. A lot of people said, well, 3 times in a row, maybe it's somebody else's chance to get the glory. You know what I mean? But I was very happy with the results.
Of course you
I
were.
wouldn't.
Because you're a Phillies
I
fan.
wouldn't mind
Yeah.
seeing a repeat just because it's history, and we get to see it. You know what I'm saying? We would.
But now that's not possible.
The only thing I was disappointed with in that game is that it wasn't close.
Right.
It wasn't close at all.
It was dominated after the first quarter.
At
First
the half.
quarter, the fucking first.
At the half, they were done.
Yeah, they were
They
done.
were demoralized in the half, and they were given opportunities to score that
The first
they
series
probably wouldn't have had in the first half.
Right.
They dominated from series 1, man.
Yes.
You know what? And for me, it was nice to see. I would like to see a couple more touchdowns back and forth. You know what I mean? Some serious play and some great catches and stuff like that. But overall, I'm still happy that it went Philadelphia's way.
Because you're the fan of Philadelphia.
There
There was
bullshit touchdown cost me $500.
there was a lot of us that could have gone either way.
Yes.
It just wasn't. We're not Phillies fans. We're not Chiefs fans.
Right.
We just wanted to see a game that was competitive, and sadly, we did not see that.
No, we did not.
Dude, I was sitting amongst Kansas City fans, and they got quiet real quick, real fast. Because we even the Philly fans that were sitting around, they were like, "Holy shit, this is fucked up. We didn't expect this."
When it was 24-0, that was it.
No,
I wouldn't say that because
you
New
can't,
England did come back.
you can't count them out at that.
No, I'm just saying.
32-0 is it's a big statement.
But you know what? They didn't. Them. Me and Bones and yourself talk about them gimme touchdowns that they get at the end.
Exactly what that was.
That's what that was. That was gimme touchdowns. They let them score, and
So
that's
they
okay.
don't feel bad.
So that ain't a bad deal. And it happens in the NFL all the time. When you see somebody's blown somebody out, then all of a sudden the other team comes back with a 10-pointer or a 14-pointer.
In that game,
that really wasn't true.
In that game, I wouldn't say it was a gimme touchdown. I would say it's the fact that Kansas City finally put in their second, third string and said, they basically said, all right, this game's over with. Let everybody have the opportunity not to just say, oh, I went to the Super Bowl. I played in the Super Bowl.
Or I was on the team that went to the Super Bowl. I actually got to play.
Exactly. And that's what I felt. But it was just, we left at the beginning of the fourth quarter. It was like, I'm glad we did because we got in and out of the garage, boom, out.
Yeah.
We were gone.
But we got USA Hockey, and they just didn't make it at the end. It was an overtime goal, and that was it.
Yeah.
But it was a good game. I watched the first period, and man, they were moving. I was thinking, how does the camera follow them guys?
I was up onto the second until the end of the second.
That's about where I made it. And I was like, I'm tired, man.
I
can't go another.
And then I woke up this morning, and Morty Fax asked me who won.
Really?
He did it as a joke, I'm just saying. But
when it went to,
you know how he does. Who won the game?
Yeah.
When it went to overtime, I was like, I can't do another 30 minutes, man. I went to bed.
I'd already checked out.
To bed.
My body just shut down.
Well, Bones will be happy. I'm a little bit that the catchers and the pitchers went to spring training.
They've already been.
I'm just saying, but they're there and
games started
yesterday.
No, today's game start today, right, Mike?
Yep.
Spring training game.
Mikey Silvers from the background said, "Yep."
All about baseball, Mikey.
Break out the baseball jerseys for the season now.
I don't know how Mikey feels about it, but Steinbrenner came out and said, if you want to grow a beard, you can grow a beard, but it's got to be neat and trimmed.
Neatly trimmed.
I'm okay.
I like things neatly trimmed.
Yeah, me
too. Especially
down there. Or shaven. Go bald altogether, get it all over, man.
I mean, I was alluding to it. You just,
I just came
you
out.
just took the elevator.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I just the cables got cut in the elevator. And I went right down.
That conversation came up the other night.
Tell you what,
I shave my armpits. I shave my. I don't shave mine. I shave mine. So who gives a fuck, man?
I was actually, you gotta realize that today's gentleman is not like the gentleman when we were growing up, right?
No.
They're more metrosexual. They're more towards and I'm going to have my eyebrows,
Waxed,
all
and
this stuff.
everything nice,
they're all
nice
into
and
that.
trimmed.
But I get this email every day that's about men's health.
Yeah.
You know, it talks about some pretty good things, like, you know, that hit us when we're in our 60s.
Yes.
So one of them was about keeping the fuzz under your arm trimmed down. It keeps the odor down.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I can agree with that, but you still have to use antiperspirant.
Or deodorant.
Or
Yes.
something. You gotta
Because you're
use
still
something.
sweating.
Yeah, sure you are.
And
Keeps the odor down?
yeah,
I'll tell you why it
deodorant
does.
does.
I've been doing that. I've been
Oh yeah. I'm
been
sorry.
doing that for 30 years. What it's doing is it's not holding the bacteria and the smell in the hair.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I totally shaved
I
my
could buy that.
underarms for 40 years.
So I'm not saying that I'm going that far.
I understand.
I'm just
I have no
not,
choice.
I'm not that kind of guy. However, I have tried to get rid of the aluminum
Yes.
antiperspirant. You can't do it.
No,
You
it's
can't
just in it.
find any antiperspirant that does not contain aluminum.
Aluminum.
And
Why is that?
I don't know. I think maybe it's the only thing that knocks down the sweat glands or something.
Okay.
But deodorant, I find, and you know, for the gentleman listening, I'm sure that there's others that feel the same way or find the same thing. Towards the end of the day, or when you get ready to go to bed, you're like,
Get a little raw.
"Ooh,
A little raw.
dude, got a little onion smell happening."
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah. So just deodorant without the antiperspirant
Doesn't cut it.
doesn't cut it.
See, a lot of them are perfumey, if that's a word.
Deodorant, yes.
Yeah,
yeah.
it has, you know, the
Covers
just the
up.
deodorant, the perfume in it, and that's not good.
It covers up.
I don't like it. You know, it's like just putting cologne under your underarms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how this new, you know, the lady that came out with the
Mando.
cooch spray and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that.
Mando.
Mando,
I'm not
is it
sure how
called?
that works. If either
She
one of you
just
guys
developed
tried it,
another way to mask.
have you tried it?
No, I won't. I got something I use that's very good.
So you know, as older you get, as the age, you really start to wonder, is this really working for my body? Is this
Right.
Is this what I need to continue to do? And then you get to the point, it's like, dude, I've already lived a good life. You know, I'd rather smell good and not sweat or
Yeah.
perspire.
Right.
Smell good, and hey, you know, life is okay.
That's what a good cologne is for.
Well, again, just kind of masks it though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I use it's called Gillette I just forgot it. Clinical.
Is it?
Good for
It's
40.
it's antiperspirant too, right?
Yes.
Good for 48. One of those 48
And,
hour.
and you know what? And it does work for that long.
Sure, but it's
You know what I mean?
probably contains aluminum.
Oh, I'm sure it does. Yeah, yes, Mort. But I do that. I use that, and that works very well for me because I used to perspire pretty heavy under there, and you know that kind of stuff. And boom, I'm good.
Well,
And it doesn't irritate my skin. It's good.
just hanging with you here. It seems that you're going through menopause
Yeah,
because you're always hot,
yeah,
and even when it's cold outside, you're like, I'm going to open up the door. You're like, hey, dadgum, you got people froze out in here.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It's crazy though. Lose a little bit of weight, like our friend MJ here in the building,
Yeah.
or myself for that matter. I've dropped 50 in since the beginning of the year. You feel it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You feel it. You're not, that insulation's gone.
Mhm.
got-
Oh,
You
absolutely.
got 50 in less than 2 months.
I have.
Wow, that's a lot.
I know.
That's almost too much.
It
that
shocks me that it's come off that fast.
I lost 12, but
But-
now it's lingering.
But you also got to understand
Staying constant.
that I had gastric bypass
Right.
15, 20 years ago. So resetting that size of my stomach, which is only the size of a fist, instead of what I was eating,
Right.
a whole hamburger. But that was nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Now I eat half.
Yeah, but you know what? I think as it's harder to lose weight when you get older, our age in the 60s, unless you really apply yourself, because you're at that stage where you're saying, the heck with it.
Well, your metabolism's
Yeah, it's almost in
Slower as well.
reverse.
it's slower.
Yeah, for sure.
Not when you get a wife that says, "Hey, Yeah, stomach's getting a little big, ain't it? Then you start looking at it and losing it.
Huh.
Yeah.
It all depends on how to me, it's all about not what you eat. It's how much you eat.
Mhm.
It's portion control.
That's exactly right. That's the
if
best
I
way
take out
to
a
do
full
it.
burger, I don't eat the full burger. I eat a half of it.
I can't eat a lot of stuff anymore anyway. Just recently it's changed.
A whole steak,
That's
I can't eat a whole steak.
Oh, I wouldn't even attempt
Just
it.
recently it's changed. I mean, real recently that I can't finish stuff. Even the stuff, Michelle sends me my lunch pail. I can't eat it all.
Then don't.
I'm not.
It's there. Just save it for later.
I'm not. I'm like, I'm glad that's way so I don't get bloated, and because of my insides,
Right.
I don't get sick.
Right.
Because if I eat a whole cheeseburger, especially I can't eat fast food no more, except for my breakfast sandwich. But I can't eat fast food anymore. It gets me sick. Everything, every place I went to, Wendy's, whoever tried whatever burger it is, it gets me sick.
I wonder, is it the burger or is it the fries?
I don't really eat fries.
No,
I don't go with that. I just usually get the burger and something to drink.
see, that was my Achilles heel is
The
French
fries, but I don't really am a big fry guy, and then so I don't eat that. So it ain't that. It's just the burger's too much, and whatever's in it makes me sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel my stomach, and I'm feeling like that was. And plus, I always say at the end, man, that was terrible.
Yeah.
You're eating it when you're saying it's terrible. It ain't like it's delicious, and you're saying I'll go through it, but it ain't. It just ain't good no more for me.
Well, we've seen you eat in the past. You don't taste it.
I know it goes down quick.
Yeah, you never went to basic training, but I guarantee you would have survived in basic training.
Yeah, right.
The way you eat, you down it fast.
But
that causes a lot of gas.
I only can eat 2 slices of pizza now, and it's forcing the second slice.
Yeah,
it's forcing it.
Yeah.
Before it was nothing.
Right.
Especially if it's a good pie, whether it's Tom's or whether it's up the street or New York or.
Oh, one slice of New York pizza. If it's
I only can get, and that's forcing, like I said, forcing the second piece, and before that's nothing.
Yeah, no.
Well, you see some of these guys when we get the pies in, they don't eat one at a time. They put 3 and 4 on their names will be left out. But I'm saying, do you have to have the 3 or 4 slices on your plate? I'm thinking to myself at one time, dude, get up and get a second slice. It ain't going nowhere.
It's kind of like going to a freaking all-you-can-eat crab buffet with the Asians.
Oh,
they load the plate up, stack it up, and say,
"Oh yeah,
go back and get some when it's hot." By the time you get to the bottom, it's freaking cold.
It's not like you're a starving Somalian or something. There's going to be
listening.
No,
do we know?
He's probably at work. Well, I know he's at work. Yeah.
But he usually comes on and says good morning.
Right.
So other than that, we think we should have a little 5-minute men's health section on when we come back. See what's going on and tell us about ourselves and how we're living.
It's gonna take a hell of a lot longer than 5 minutes.
I mean, every once in a while you get a good conversation going on here at the cigar shop.
Okay.
Mike Jones used to bring that up quite a little bit about, hey, let's share what's going on with us because one of us may experience that.
Well, the thing is, guys typically do not talk
about it. Yep.
Things like that. It's just one of those.
And a lot of times you want it to stay where it's at and not go outside.
Well, you don't want your business or,
right.
You don't want your business.
Well, I'm just talking about general health. You may want to go to this person because they're really good equipped to help you out. You know what I mean? But some of the stuff we talk about in open is shareable.
They need to.
It's shareable, but I think it's good that we speak about that as men.
If somebody has neuropathy and they're on statins for high cholesterol, get off the statins and go to a non-statin cholesterol med, because the statins have been linked to neuropathy.
They've been linked to Alzheimer's as well.
Yeah. So if you can get out, and I asked my cardiologist, he goes, "Yeah, we'll try it. We'll go. We'll take you off of the statin. We'll put you on a Cigar or something."
Something that relates to it.
In the VA steps. Okay, you want to get off the statin? This is the one they put you on. Okay, if this works, I'm waiting to see if that lady hits my car with her door.
Oh, please don't.
Okay.
Almost.
So it is statin. So we'll go this step. and then in three. She said because it takes about 3 months
I
before they get.
could
get
say
out
I
and
would think it
whatever.
would be more.
So, see, my next blood work is June.
I would think in my mind, because you're looking at cholesterol medicine, that you wouldn't know for maybe 6 months whether it was effective or not.
Right.
Oh,
It'd be my thought anyway.
I
Yeah,
would
sure.
thought it'd be longer, but she said once you stop it and start it, it's going to take about 3 months to determine if the. We'll see what the cholesterol numbers look like in 3 months,
Okay.
and then we'll do it again. And if that's not enough, then they got one step further, which is a shot. And that's like a once a month thing that you give yourself. It's kind of like Ozempic.
In the belly, right?
You're just going to boom, boom, you're done. You don't have to go to VA every time. But
Right.
hopefully it works and helps with the neuropathy. But we'll see. I don't have to stop smoking, that's for sure.
No.
I'm not going to.
Oh, I mean,
This is pleasure to me, and
And
when
you're not taking it out of your life.
look, it comes a point in your life when it all health things aside, you can give up, and then what kind of pleasure do you have because you've given up everything that you find pleasure in?
not a thing
Right.
like that.
You know,
Right.
I have found that I don't have the desire to drink bourbon as much as I used to. I found pleasure in a cigar and bourbon, but I've also found that bourbon doesn't make my cigar better.
Right.
It was just part of the experience. So I don't have to have that, but I want this.
Absolutely.
I don't have to have it. I don't want it. Sometimes I do like a little sip,
Right.
instead of 4 fingers,
Yeah.
maybe 2, maybe 1.
Maybe 1. Yeah.
Just
right,
a little,
sure.
a
Just
little
a little
swig.
nip. Just a little swish in the mouth.
Yeah.
I can't remember. the
Sure,
last time
but
I
you know
had
what?
had a drink.
Even when I went to my doctor for having the cold, she says, just stop smoking cigars for 2 days, 3 days, and I did. But I tell you what, when I lit the first one up, it was very nice.
No, mine was terrible.
I usually
Mine was
find the
terrible.
opposite when I
I lit up and it was
It was
very nice. I
terrible.
was like, wow, that tastes good.
Yeah.
I told you, I said, yeah, I finally went outside and lit one up, and I was like, oh, this is not good.
But I'm
Yeah.
not stopping this either. Like I tell all my docs, I smoke a couple cigars a day. You know what I mean? And they go, okay, that's fine. They said, you're not hurting yourself. But even if they did, they said, we'd rather you not smoke. I would still smoke.
But if they knew about your pouch thing, they'd probably tell you.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Especially your dentist.
Yeah, I'm going to what's it called? I'm starting to lay back on that too.
Yeah.
I'm not enjoying it again. So when I don't enjoy it, I'm not going to do it.
So that we get to smack him upside the head if we see him put a pouch in
Well,
his
I'm going to
mouth.
go through them cans over there, and then that's probably it.
I went through.
I'm not liking it no more. So
I used to dip. I used to dip all the time, and I had a good friend of mine that was, and I mean, he was a good friend. He was also one of my partners that I rode with all the time, and he went to the dentist one day, and his dentist did the little blue light thing on his mouth, and he says, "Hey, I see something inside your gum that I'm not really
pleased about
seeing," and showed him the picture of it, and he says, "We're gonna have to we're gonna have to check that, see what it is," and he says, "I never even noticed it because you don't have any feeling anymore when you dip," and it did turn out to be precancerous.
Okay.
And he caught it early enough, so I quit the same time he did. That was the worst thing I ever had to try to kick, man.
Really?
Oh yeah, that was terrible. I smoked 3 packs a day as far as cigarettes go,
Right.
but giving up the dip was probably.
Well, you know what?
You smoke how many cigarettes a day?
3 packs a day.
When I stop it periodically, I stop for 6 months, then go back, whatever. It doesn't bother me. I just stop and then I'm done.
Never got into the dip.
You know what I mean? Like I said, it doesn't. I don't go, oh man, maybe I'll do just one and just like lay back. No, I stop.
Yeah.
And when I stopped smoking,
I stopped for 4 years before.
That was a different story.
A couple of years ago, it was 4 years that I didn't pick it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I picked it up when we went out fishing and do what I do. But it's very easy for me to give up that.
And I guess that's because of your background and your history. I'm a all in type guy. You guys know this.
Yeah.
So when I put my mind to something, I'm all in on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So cold turkey, forget the patch, doc. I'm gonna deal with this. I quit my 3-pack a day when I was over in Saudi Arabia, and it was, I'm not gonna say it was easy, but I didn't subject my family to the withdrawals.
Right.
And I found an outlet for my withdrawals. I would do wind sprints. And dude, I'm telling you what, when you smoke 3 packs a day,
whoo, I bet you them first couple were nice, huh?
but that was the only way that I could get past the mental part of it.
Yeah.
You know,
you altered it to something else.
I'm gonna do a 50-meter run.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I don't. That's crazy. I know that.
I don't see that now.
I'm gonna do 1 lap, or I'm gonna do a quick.
How about that one lap, that one first quarter mile?
The quarter miles killed me.
Yeah, I know.
But then I built up in 3 months. I built up to be able to do that.
Yeah, but that first quarter mile, you were like, "What the?
Oh,
I'm killing me."
Yeah, I'm coughing up. You know.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Some good stuff.
Because you're opening up them lungs and stuff like that, and getting
Right.
all that fresh air in there and stuff, and they're not used to it. They're used to the smoke.
I had a good med tech there that he says, I can give you the patch if you want, you know, the nicotine patch, or you can chew the nicotine gum. And I'm like, nah, I'm all in on this.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And he says, okay, find something that you can get your mental thing, right?
Wrap it around that.
Because, you know, nicotine is addictive.
Yep.
Cigarettes has already been proven to be a nicotine delivery vehicle. That's why they lost the lawsuit, because of that.
Because they put other shit in there.
To make it more addictive.
Yes, they add things to make it more addictive.
Yes.
Correct.
It's just isn't the tobacco itself.
In the body is an amazing thing. It kind of overcomes things like that. Your body doesn't need nicotine after so many days. So, but 24 hours, 48 hours, 36 hours, I think is what they say. Your body does not require it anymore. It's right here.
It's this too. You know this?
Yeah, it is.
It's just like you were just doing it in your hand. The motion.
Yeah.
It's like
the motion is doing it.
Drinking coffee. You can stop, but you want it because it tastes good.
Yeah, the caffeine is you guys know we like our caffeine. It gives us that boost.
Yeah.
What happens if you don't drink caffeine? You get a splitting headache.
Yeah.
Because your body's saying, dude, I'm
without. Something's happening here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that passes too.
It does.
It passes relatively fast.
It does, but it is not as hard to kick that.
No, not at all. By a long stretch. Yes.
So what are we smoking, Bones? Tell us about this.
We're smoking the Karen Berger Habano.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not my favorite Habano, but
we're not drinking coffee right now. That's I don't know.
Oh, I am.
But what blend of coffee are you drinking with Habano?
You're making me crazy. From my favorite coffee shop, the Finest Grind.
Yeah. That's a.
Do you like it, Bones?
I love the coffee.
It's
always
a good
have.
coffee.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
The cigar.
They got a lot of good blends over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I give the cigar maybe with it, maybe an 8.
Really, that's pretty high. That's high. Yeah,
maybe.
What do you say?
I'm glad it's a Habano, not a Connecticut, because the Karen Berger Connecticut, for me, is even like smoking air.
Yeah.
But the Habano is a little better. I'm going to give it a 6. I won't say it's anything negative. It's just it's not my favorite, but it ain't bad. I would smoke this Habano. I would smoke again. So I'm going to change that to a 7. I'm going to change it to a 7 because I am kind of enjoying it. It ain't bad. It's pretty smooth. The draw was real good and the burn was real good. So yeah, I'll give it a nice solid 7.
To me, it's a very mild Habano. To
Mm-hmm.
me, it doesn't have much flavor. I'm drinking water. I don't have a lot of flavor from it. To me, it feels like a Connecticut. That's how
It's a heavy Connecticut almost.
I wouldn't even. For me, it's not even heavy.
Okay. Well, you're a Maduro guy.
I like them.
You like a nice strong cigar.
I like
too.
a good stout cigar. Yes. I won't smoke it again.
Okay.
By choice. It's not something I would go into the humidor and get.
Okay.
And it's nothing against the brand.
No.
I've met Karen. I think she
Hell of a
seems,
nice person.
she seems to be a very personable person.
I agree.
She is.
I'm not. I'm just wondering how much oomph she puts into the blends.
Okay.
You know, because they don't seem to be very.
Attentive.
For me, they don't seem to be very strong.
Okay.
That's just
Even the fire one they have is supposed to be really on the stronger side.
yeah.
Not.
It's more of a medium.
Yeah, to me, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not. Her Connecticut got a 92 in cigar journal, which is actually pretty high for Connecticut.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. And yeah, I agree.
It's just Connecticut. Some just don't have enough flavor for me in the morning. That's why usually when I smoke one in the morning, I'll smoke a Cafe Sweet Tip because I get that flavor through the whole cigar, and it's not overwhelming. It's just a nice subtle thing with a cup of coffee. And that's to me, that's my favorite with a cup of coffee next to the Tabacco Special.
Didn't aren't they releasing a new one here at the PCA? The Karen Bergers. I thought I read that they were releasing.
I think I heard that too.
A new cigar.
Well, speaking of PCA, I filled out all the info. We sent it, like I said, to the guy, and the guy says it should be 48 hours, which is like a day or two ago. So I should be hearing in the next.
Is that to get
couple.
press credentials?
Yeah. So
Are you going to that?
if we get the.
Well, we're going to go and live stream.
So we can do it as press, right?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Where is the PCA this year?
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Oh,
In the convention center?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just a drive.
we could set up there too, couldn't we?
That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So not something this elaborate. Would probably be a telephone maybe.
Handheld camera with Facebook Live.
Yeah, something like that.
That would be
But
nice. I
not-
wouldn't
not
mind
a-
doing that.
Because we'd have to, we would be competing probably with the smoke shop.
There'll be others.
But
I mean, we could carry a tablet
Yeah.
if it's a Windows tablet with an external
Feed?
camera or something.
Yeah,
We could do.
that would
just
be nice to go
We
to.
could do something like that. We went to the,
Are they handing out the swag like they used to, or no? Not at all, right?
No, I'm not going to say not at all. But they're very this has evolved from being a swag event
Right.
to being a set up an appointment to order and get your discounts.
Okay.
So they have discounts available that are only PCA
Show
type
discounts.
discounts.
But they'll have swag that's non-cigar related, not like
not as
No,
much as
no,
not
really?
as much as you would.
not like a little bag.
they
or
might in the
No.
other room have different types of stuff, but
I figured like a pen or whatever.
giving stuff away, no, they got out of the just handing out samples.
Yeah, I understand
You
that.
want to try the cigar? Make the appointment, sit
Yeah.
down, and we'll smoke it with you
Well, we'll have to do that then.
and discuss.
We have no buying power, but we could certainly set up appointments to, hey, let's
Interview
talk
somebody
about
or
your
Product.
new releases.
Yeah, and then we can promote it.
Sure.
Yeah, that would be nice.
But
Sure.
as far as what you're talking about, no, you're not walking out with a bag
100
full of
100
hats.
cigars or
Right,
It's just not.
not happening.
No,
those shit cigars dumbass came back with one time.
they shifted from all that to it's more of a trade show for buyers.
Talking just for 30 seconds about the old idiot. His boss from the police department came in and bought some cigars when he was a police officer.
Yeah.
And
The guy from Pascagoula?
yeah,
Huh.
his name's John, and John didn't have one single nice thing to say about him.
No, say it ain't so.
He wasn't a good cop when he was on.
Right.
He was always in trouble. That's enough. I'm just saying this, but he came in and he asked me, "Do you know?" I said, "Of course I do." And he said, not one nice thing. He stayed about, I don't know, 25 minutes. We were just BSing about cigars and stuff like that. But about 10 minutes of that conversation was about how negative.
Isn't it surprising though how somebody might come in here from wherever and they mention that?
Well, we've
like,
actually
what the
run into
fuck?
people that don't even live here.
Exactly.
that have been clipped by him and said, "I've got nothing good to say about that
That's
chopper."
terrible.
Oh, is that all he got you for?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, right.
Yes.
But yeah, we talked about 10 minutes and he said about how he was not a good police officer.
Well,
Always in trouble, always just not good. He always had to have conversations with him weekly
Not a good person.
about his performances and stuff like that.
yeah.
Well, that's not good when you're a cop.
I'm actually surprised that they commissioned him to be an officer. To be honest,
If Hank had to talk to you once a week,
But he
you
did
got
tell me
problems.
that he knew that he got his pilot's license.
Ugh.
He knew that. He did get that for private.
I'll tell you right now,
I don't care.
if I'm walking on a fucking plane and we're getting on a plane to go somewhere, you know how you can always look in the cockpit and see. If I see him sitting there, turn right around and get me off the fucking plane and sit. Put me on a different plane.
Yeah, well, you won't see him
Not doing
commercially, but you know what I mean?
Not doing
But I agree with you. If I seen even at the airport, I would say, man, we better take off before he does so he don't slam into us.
More plane crashes. Rolling over and people
Yeah, and
dropping
everybody
out.
survived.
And it seems like Delta's the one having the majority of the
And you know
problems.
the crazy thing about that is they're blaming the current administration, and it's not anybody's fault.
No.
No,
It's an accident.
Yes.
It's a fucking airline.
It's an accident.
That's all. Nothing else. Nothing else.
It doesn't have anything to do with air traffic control or anything
It
like
was
that.
just an accident.
It was.
And it went on, and everybody survived. There was a couple of people that were hurt pretty good, which
Yeah.
you would think. You know, you're upside down, and that's not good in any accident.
Right.
For the belt or whatever to hurt, it could hurt you.
Oh, you know that.
You know, because you know
You're upside down.
Christy's husband, if you remember Christy, my friend from Mobile, he was tree cutting and went upside down and died because they couldn't get to him fast enough because of
All the blood getting to
the
us.
blood got cut off by the harnesses and stuff. So, and what I'm trying to give the parallel is that people got hurt from probably being strapped in and
Banged
things
around.
falling on them and
Yeah,
banged around
exactly.
and your body shifting or whatever.
right.
So there's probably a couple back injuries,
But we all have
but they're all getting paid.
we all
Oh,
have
yeah.
a tendency that as soon as those wheels hit the ground, we unbuckle our seatbelt.
Yeah, right away.
Everybody.
Yeah, but that
Because you think
aircraft
he's-
had not been taxiing. That's the thing. It was
Right.
just landed, and you watch the video, and you're like, "Yay!"
somebody was going.
I'm really
there,
not
like-
sure whether the landing gear collapsed.
Yeah,
I think they did. I think they did
You know,
say
but
that the
when you're
front
in that-
landing gear just kind of
you're in that safety belt,
crap.
then it can hurt you.
There was one too where one of the pilots contacted the tower, said, "Hey, plane so and so, what? They lost a tire. The tire's gone on the front landing gear.
Ooh.
You need to say something." So they stopped the flight, which was a good thing because we all know I got a son that does maintenance on planes, and that's big. It all depends on the airline how tight they are when it comes to safety.
Well, you've
Yeah.
seen the videos of military aircraft that lose their front landing gear, and they just come down and they hit they're coasting on the bottom,
Yeah,
on the back two, on the
Yes.
wing, on the wing side, until they get to a speed where it's safe enough to
Put the nose.
put the nose down, and then it just grinds and grinds and grinds
Yes.
down the flight
Yeah.
line until
And those planes are not cheap.
no,
by
not
any
at all.
means.
ooh. Are
All
we
right.
done for today?
Yeah, folks, we'll see you next
Sure.
week.
For the 5.5 Legs
I gotta
Virtual
go get a
Cigar
cover
Lounge
on
here
the
at
fucking
Co
top.
Cigar at 3418 Bienville Boulevard / Highway 90. We're going to see you next week. So for Mort, Bones, and myself, Maverick, have a great week and a nice weekend. Bye-bye.
Time to drop the burger.
You guys just record.